live. Oh, I'm live too.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Got a few people on there. There we go. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the. We're here down by the river, in a van down by the river. This is my home, and we thought we'd do it from here because I think it humbly exhibits, a lot of the things that people are going through.
Right.
Sometimes you might have to live in your car. Sometimes you might have to live in some type of whatever, wherever you have to live. Anyway, today Dave and I want to do something every Wednesday, and so today's Wednesday morning, and we wanted to talk about a few things. The first thing I wanted to talk about was I've had quite a few people that have reached out and talked about their self-esteem, where I've noticed that, not noticed, I know that the biggest problem with anyone at any age is self-esteem. And whether they're young as teenagers or they're even older like me and Dave and I, or
Right.
whatever it is, self-esteem, everyone has issues with self-esteem, but I think what I try and do is try and help people understand that it's okay. Went out. To a certain extent it's okay, but what you can do is in your life or changes in the way you look at yourself. And so real quickly, I looked up the actual definition, and it says of self-esteem: confidence in one's own self or abilities, self-respect. What behaviors are you exhibiting that might be detrimental to your self-esteem, and what are you doing to build your self-esteem? And as you know, our messages are always very positive. We try and be positive. What are you doing for yourself to help yourself? Whether it's I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Whether you're a woman and you want to get rid of the flabby butt, or you're a guy and you want to have biceps, or you want to be smarter, you want to go back to school, or you want to ask for that job, or you want to leave that bad relationship. I'm talking all of those things. So think about self-esteem always. Think about what are you doing to help your self-esteem, to help yourself, and to help others. And again, by helping others, I think you boast your self-esteem by serving. So real quick, I want to talk about self-esteem.
Yeah. No, that's it seems to be a hot button lately with everything. Whether it's teens, like you say, older guys like us. I talk to people all the time that are struggling with who they are, and they're looking and searching for validation from others,
right?
To prove their worth. And I oftentimes will say to people, like, it starts within. Like, if, for example, if you're single and if you are looking for someone else to provide happiness, that's only going to last for the short term, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, maybe even a year or two. But if you're not happy with yourself, that's not going to last for the long term, because no one else can provide your happiness. They can add to it, but if it doesn't start from within, it's not going to last for the long term. And then the key is what you're talking about is, like, how do we get to that point?
Sure. And I think as we grow, as we get older, and even, there's even young people with great self-esteem, but everyone has to work on it. Everyone has to, we all have to work on it in a positive nature, create behaviors, create situations that help yourself and help others. You had some contact with somebody.
Yeah, I wanted to share this. Yeah, I wanted to share this story. Probably about 2 months ago, I had someone reached out to me, and they had been contacted by their school that their son was suicidal. And so we had some conversation, and I gave them some resources, and I think it's been 3 or 4 weeks, and I talked to her the other day, and she said her son is doing amazing. He's in a treatment program right now, and she's thrilled with the progress he's made so far. And I did remind her, a lot of times it's 3 steps forward, a couple of steps back. It's never a straight line.
Oh, so if someone goes into a treatment program for the first time, it always works.
Well,
sarcasm,
yeah.
sarcasm.
That's what we want to believe.
Right.
But anything in life that we're trying to improve, it never happens in a straight line.
Right.
We get some progress, and then we get lackadaisical and do something opposite that for some steps back or whatever. But over the long term, those peaks and valleys. But at some point, our highs are going to be, better than higher than what those lows were way back when. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that because it was
great.
It made me feel really, really, really good just to know that her son is doing so well now.
Right, and there's a lot of success stories out there. There's a lot of failures, but the failures, if we can turn those around and help one another, that's the greatest thing. We talk about reaching out. We talk about doing things like this. I really want to put it out there. If there's anybody out there that would like to tell their story, it's an extension of Beau'd Not Broken. Dave and I, we've gone through our things. Everybody has. As you know, if you follow me or you follow Dave, there are a lot of things that occur in our lives that we can learn from one another. So, I'm going to extend an offer out there. I know there's been some people that have reached out to me. Please reach out to either Dave or myself. We would love to have somebody come on for a few minutes, talk about, not talk about the nitty-gritty details, but talk about how they were able to get out of whatever situation, their tragedy, their whatever it may have been, and how they can help somebody, because that's what Facebook should be about. It should be about connecting people and helping people connect that have similar issues and problems, and that's what I use this medium for. And Dave's the same way. So if there's anybody out there that would like to, just for a few minutes appear with us, or just between Dave or I, and at another time, let us know. We would love. That's what I love to do is share the stories of others, and that's what Beau'd Not Broken's all about. It's about helping. We're all in this thing together, and we're not perfect. And I know I'm not, and nobody else is. And so we'd love for you to help others.
Well, I think it's great because I've talked to a few people that we're going to do that with, and what's exciting for me is it's we change locations to mix it up a little bit, but we're giving the same message all the time as we should be. But people probably get sick of seeing our faces on there all the time. So we like to mix it up and get someone that wants to be on with us together or individually, as Bo said. And I definitely have some lined up. But anybody else that wants to be a part of that and share, because really that's really the most inspirational things when we can share, or that person can share, where they were and where they've come to. That helps lots of other people because it lets people know, like, wow, I didn't know that person felt like that.
Exactly. And keep your comments, your likes, your shares, throw them out there. We'd love to have you. We'd love to have you a part of it. This is not about us.
Nope.
Believe it or not, it's about you, and it's about everybody out there. It's about the human experience and helping people through. When we talk about suicide, we talk about how people feel like they're so alone and they're so alienated, and it's so far from the truth.
Oh, it's
so
unbelievable.
far from the truth. There are so many people that will identify with you. I will identify you. Dave will identify.
Yes.
Even if I'm not a woman, I can still identify some of the issues, and a woman can identify with the man as well in those situations. It's just reach out to somebody, reach out to us, reach out to somebody in our network. It is about lives. It's about, it's probably one of the most beautiful mornings here in Utah that I've ever seen. And if you don't, that doesn't put a smile on your face and think about what you could do to help your self-esteem. Well, get out and just walk a block, for goodness sakes, out in this beautiful weather. Or, take a hike or take a drive or whatever it might be. Just get away from that computer screen. Anyway, a little bit long, but we wanted to come to you in the van down by the river. Thanks, Dave.
Yep, thank you.
Have a great day, everybody.
See you soon.